Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the world's absolute greatest Bronze Age Spider-Man podcast. Here comes the Spider-Cast. I'm your co-host Michael, and as always, I'm joined by
Joshua Mervell. Today we're going to be taking a look at some of the special issues of Spider-Man from the early 1980s.
Special is the word. Yes, these are giveaways, I believe, with newspapers and stuff like that.
Or department stores.
Yeah, and department stores. I mean, They do have a price on them, but I don't really know exactly how they were given out. But whatever, we'll get to that later. So anyway, as usual, we're joined by G.I. Jolie.
Hey, what up? It's your boy.
What?
Stolen.
Just
No, it's
thievery. The thievery.
Uh-oh.
I have been. My identity's been stolen. Someone called the police. You can have all $36 in my bank account.
excellent.
That's what you'd get if you took my identity and just some crippling anxiety. Oh, also, I'm here. Hi.
Oh yeah, that's Bex Luthor talking, in case you didn't know.
Yeah, because my voice is so generic.
So, so anyway.
No, dude, I think I sound gross. That's why I don't listen to these back, because I can't handle my voice.
So
Yeah, fun fact, I've never listened to the episode either.
I just skip my parts.
So I want to give some good news. G.I. Jolie, you remember Jeff Kavanaugh, who's one of our vendors at Action and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
So he started up his own YouTube channel reviewing junk food, whatever, Pringles.
He's
Junk Food Jeff. Yeah. He only started a few months ago. He's only done 5 videos, and he's already getting 800 views per video. So he's leapfrog past. Here comes the Spider-Cast. Congratulations, Jeff. Now we know what people really want.
Nice.
That's just mukbang culture, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I bet you if we were eating spicy noodles while reviewing Spider-Man, we'd be up there.
That's the secret. Okay, we better get on that.
Yeah.
All right.
I hate mukbangs.
Okay. Anyway, so
I could be I can't remember his name. It's avocado something.
Oh, and Nikado avocado.
That's it. We could start drama. We could and eat a lot of food. We could start drama with Jeff.
We can eat 24 lobsters in one sitting.
Oh, that would make me sad. Are there vegan mukbangers?
Yeah. Hot for
He
food.
used to be.
Oh, Jesus.
Nikado avocado used to be, and then, it's just too good to pass up eating the shitty food. And
all right, Spidey time. Okay,
no,
so
talking about YouTube drama.
this is from a strange time when, I don't know what to say about these comics, but every kid was reading comics. Now no one knows what comics are. They think the Marvel Universe only exists in movies, so it was a different time. I don't want to sound cynical, but anyway.
The kids are stupid. They don't know what books are now.
Exactly.
Idiot.
Right.
Is it on the phone? Is that how I read? I don't feel that way, by the way.
Exactly. So we're going to talk
Don't
about
come for me, Zoomers.
Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk battle Doctor Doom and the Colorado Caper. This is the one I'm doing, right?
yes.
Okay. It says on it a 60-cent value, but I got a feeling this was a giveaway, but who knows? I could be wrong. Now, I'm going to quickly talk about the plot. Now, Bex Luthor, you said you want to talk about the advertisements. Do you want to do that as we go along or sort of afterward?
We could. Which one was this one? Oh, right. We could do that after. We'll do it after.
Okay, after. Okay, so on the cover, we got a great John Romita Sr. Shot of him swinging on his web line. But on his back, he has a pair of skis, and on his neck, he has a scarf, which I think is cool.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a newspaper at the bottom that says the Denver Post, Hulk seen on ski slope. And at the bottom, it says compliments of May, D, and F. I don't even know what that is. Do you guys?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
May DNF is May Daniels and Fisher, which was a department store in Denver. It was a big department store.
Oh.
That it was a mix of a few different places, but it was since 1877.
And does it exist now?
That's what I was trying to find, and the only thing I can find is the first thing I could find, one was black and white photos. It looks like it may have been closed. Currently, like remnants of it, aka photos. The only thing I can find are like on like historical websites and that kind of thing. So, cool fact. It was designed by someone from the Detroit School of Architecture, and that is why it looks a little bit, if you see photos of it, it looks a little bit like the post buildings.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Look at that.
Because I thought it meant that Aunt May was down to fuck, but I guess it's not department store. Okay.
Oh, so
I gotta reread this one. I read it with the wrong context.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, this was a different time, obviously. We open up here with Dr. Doom threatening this family in front of like a ski slope. Yeah, it sounds awesome already. So anyway, so basically this family are, what are they called? They're the family of a, what is the guy? He's a, what's it called?
The scientist?
Yeah, he's a scientist. But he's going to kidnap this girl. He's basically saying he's going to kidnap this girl, right? Am I reading the right one?
He kidnapped this girl because they're going to America for the scientist to go to like this conference that's happening. But Doom knows that if he's in America, he has the chance to run away. So he's using his daughter as collateral. So he can't get away from him.
So she's already been kidnapped, and these guys are toughs that are holding her like hostage, right? So he explains that. Then we cut over to Bruce Banner in front of May DNF, and he's he's kind of reminiscing about how he turns into the Hulk and all that stuff. And but as Bruce Banner arrives at the conference center, we cut over to Peter Parker. So Peter Parker is also going to the same ski slope, right? And meanwhile, we cut over to this guy who these people already suspect is gonna defect, and he's like whispering to them later. He's like, "I will talk to you later, Dr. Banner. First, I'm gonna defect," because that's how you do it when you want to defect from a communist country.
Hey, don't tell anyone, but I'm defected.
It's like when Michael in The Office declares bankruptcy by just shouting it.
Yeah, so it's not quite how it works, but that's okay. Again, this was a different time, right? So Spidey swings in, and he wants to go skiing, so he turns into Peter Parker, gathers up his gear, and then he's going to get on one of those, what is it called?
Ski lifts?
Ski lifts, whatever. And, no. First he's going skiing, but then meanwhile, the guy who's going to defect is skiing along, and he's already said he's going to defect, so we know he's going to. But these guys are prepared. So they've got rocket packs on their back as they're skiing down. These are like his, like, what do you call these people? Like, not guards, but they're kind of like his entourage. Goons, but they're watching to make sure he doesn't defect. So they're chasing after him with their rockets, and they're shooting stuff after him, and it's exploding, and he's almost getting hit. He's hitting a rock. And then lands right at the feet of Dr. Doom, who basically tells him, he's like, not so fast, buddy. Sorry, were you gonna say something?
No, I'm just laughing.
I just love the visual of Dr. Doom at a ski resort.
Oh, I love it. I know, just standing there. He's like, fool, of course. I knew, of course, you would try to defect. Unfortunately, we're on American soil. I must pretend to respect diplomacy and not punish you openly. So then he kind of gives like a little flashback over to Latveria, where in Latveria, if anyone, crosses Dr. Doom, they just get thrown in like this medieval prison, right? And like chained up. And he's like, in Latveria, my justice is swift and fearsome. Here I cannot use such means. But he's like, oh, what is he? He's like, where does he say it here? Where does he say it? Oh no, my little Isla. Is it Ilsa? Ilsa. She's in Switzerland. I sent her away to school. He's holding up a picture. The same school from which my secret police kidnapped her. So he reveals that he's already kidnapped the guy's daughter, right? So now this guy's like, oh crap, now I can't defect, even though I already said it out loud. So then anyway, later on, Bruce Banner is talking to Dimitri, and he's like, oh, thank goodness you're alone. You have to tell me about your defection. Remember you mentioned it earlier? And the guy's like, I don't know what you're talking about. See you later. So then Bruce Banner's like, that's weird. Huh. He said he was going to earlier. And then the goons are like, Dimitri has done well, but this American suspects too much. We cannot take chances, right?
So I go to kill him.
So like now we're gonna go kill him. So let's go put him on skis and push him off of a ledge. But as he's falling, guess what? Bruce Banner, what's gonna happen if he's stressed out, right? He's gonna turn into the Incredible Hulk. So meanwhile, Peter Parker's skiing, and the goons are trying to rough this guy up now because they thought he was spying on Doctor Doom, right? So meanwhile, Bruce Banner, So then they put him on this ski lift, and then they, what do? They smash it. Yeah, they use a sonic shattering gun, right? But not only does it knock Peter Parker off, it starts to affect everyone. So everyone, all these like pedestrians, like at least 3 of them are all falling. But Peter Parker has time as he's falling to his death to swing, change into Spider-Man, go back up and catch all these people, all 3 of them with his spider web, right? He's really quick. He's got fast reflexes. Meanwhile, Bruce Banner's turned into the Hulk, so he lands, picks up a rock. These goons are attacking him. Look at this. They've got a spring steel band, this like doohickey, but Hulk smashes out of it. Spider-Man, meanwhile, he goes to look for the girl that's been kidnapped. He goes into like this little room, and the girl's sitting there reading a book. He taps him on the shoulder, webs him up, grabs the girl, takes off, right? Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the Hulk is beating up all these goons. He's like using his big Hulk clap to like create a big noise that creates an avalanche. It buries them all in snow. But when the guys all come to see what's going on, Hulk is turned back into Bruce Banner, right? And then meanwhile, later on, what's his name? Dr. Doom is like walking around, and there's like a news conference, and he's like, "Yeah, we're leaving. We're gonna go home. Yeah, the Hulk attacked. We're good though." And and then they're like, "By the way, a source has leaked a rumor to the effect that Dr. Dimitri Solzhen wants to defect." Actually, he just told us out loud, but. And they're like, "So what's going on with that?" And he's like, "Oh, well, he can go if he wishes, but remember, Elsa is still my prisoner, right?" So he thinks this guy's screwed. But turns out, look at this. Peter Parker has rescued her. So then she runs out, reunites with her father. Everything's good. And Dr. Doom is like, bah! He's all pissed off. And but that's it. There's nothing you can do, right? He's defected. He said he's defected, so he is A-okay. So he goes back to the May D&F store, grabs a new wardrobe, which I wish I could do. His daughter gets a new wardrobe. Everyone's happy. They all go home. Oh, look at Bruce Banner gives them a ride. Peter Parker waves them off, and then he suits up to go back to the ski slope so we can do some more skiing. The end. Woo! What a great story. Becca, I can see on your face that you enjoyed this one. What'd you think of it?
I have a couple questions. Just a couple. Not like too many, because it was very, very straightforward. It's science conference. So why is Peter not there? He's skiing. Why is Peter not interested in the science conference instead of skiing? Why is Dr. Doom there? Whose decision was it to be like, okay, so we have to advertise for this department store. So we want Spider-Man and the Hulk there, but who could they fight? Doom. Why?
I think Peter is there for the conference, actually. He's there to take pictures.
He's there to take pictures for the Bugle, but instead of like being interested in the science conference, he's skiing instead.
That's true. Yeah.
Which is like, Peter would definitely be more interested in the science conference than the skiing, I would think. Because science, Peter Parker. Right? But no, there's like no science in this science conference at all that takes place in this department store ski resort. Where are they? Where are we? What's happening? There's Denver.
The only thing in Denver is,
skiing
resorts.
Wait, so. Jolie, didn't you live in Denver for a week, or where was that?
I lived in Nederland, which was up on the mountain.
But that was in Colorado, right?
Yeah, I was in Colorado. The only thing every single day. The house that I was living in used to be a former like ski chalet. So they changed it into like a high altitude cycling camp. And I was there in the winter-ish So we're doing work for the cycling camp. And 1, I ski to work every day. 2, it's true, there's only resorts there. And 3, only recreational marijuana stores. So like I went down the mountain on my skis to like purchase socks, like
really
hardier socks, and I think I passed like 10 dispensaries and 3 or 4 like cafes.
Wow, so that's how Bruce Banner turns green.
Yes, while skiing.
I still got so many questions. Why are Dr. Doom's goons just so like, he's like, oh yeah, just kill him. We're on like American soil at this very public event surrounded by regular people. Yeah, just I don't like this guy. I don't like the cut of his jib. Kill him. And push him off a cliff. Peter Parker, kill him.
Make sure you strap some skis to him first.
It's got to be a funny
Make sure
death.
he's real dead.
Make it look like an accident. I love it.
And like, and then nobody is subtle. I'm gonna defect, and then Doom's like, he's not gonna defect. I kidnapped his daughter, and the people have cameras right in his face, like. And then he's just like, foiled again.
Yeah.
I was like, you're Dr. Doom. You care about what the media thinks of you? It's a little late for that. You got dudes chained up in your home country.
G.I. Jolie, what'd you think of this one?
Oh my God, I loved it. It was ridiculous. Okay, this is exactly the camp and ridiculousness that I expect.
Right.
It's... I would say the one flaw that kind of took me out of it was when the goons, his like secret police, shot at Peter Parker with that vibration gun. It was really hard to discern what was happening there.
Yeah.
And also, like, they came packing with a vibration gun.
Of course, always.
And a gun that shoots steel ribbons that can withstand the Hulk.
Right.
Gotta be prepared for anything.
Yeah, like
it's Colorado, who knows?
The Latvian secret police came prepared. Also, I thought I hated the idea of it at first, but like everybody is in a suit at this conference, except for Victor Von Doom,
who's wearing full supervillain regalia, right?
And and his like full. I'm trying to figure out what it's made out of. Metal. He's wearing armor. He looks like the man, in the Iron Mask.
He wishes.
And then full green, like hood, and no one questions this.
Would you? I'm not going up to that guy being like, dude, you're nuts.
At this point of time, is Doom all like disfigured?
Oh yeah.
He is?
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like it's well known. He's like the Kim Jong Doom of the comics, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So people would just like expect him to make an appearance at a science conference in Colorado?
I guess so. I mean, he is a scientist. He is something of a scientist himself, so.
But he's there because of his other scientist is there. Like, that's why they're there, so that this Dimitri guy can go to the conference, which doesn't seem like a good idea anyway.
Yeah.
Also,
like he was always.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. He was so suspicious of the other doctor, like immediately. So
he's like, nobody talk to my guy. I don't want him to get any crazy defection ideas. Since when does Doom have goons? Who are these guys?
I think he needs goons. I think he sort of needs goons, doesn't he? I don't know.
Doesn't he normally have Doom bots?
I was gonna say.
Well, maybe not at this point.
He's just got regular dudes helping him out.
Maybe they're like his Kevin Costners.
Josh, what do you think? You didn't give your review. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, it's all right.
I mean, all right, okay, back to you, Bex Luther. No,
thank you.
I love the camp at times. I think that even for like the cartoonish nature of this comic, I think it gets a little bit convoluted at times.
Sure.
and it just like needlessly complicated, like the goons talking to Bruce Banner and pushing. Like, there's just like I don't know. There's moments where like I got, maybe it was also just the time I was super distracted, but I was just like, I don't want to read all of these bubbles, and nothing really matters. So I just started kind of like skimming and just looking at the art and flipping pages. But it was fun. There were some like goofy moments. There's really no point for the Hulk to be there. He doesn't do anything. Like he just gets angry and punches some guys, and then that's it. Yeah, it definitely feels like a crossover event that is funded by a large chain store. So,
well, here's the thing, though. We should point out this art is by John Romita Sr. So at the very least, this art I thought was incredible. Personally, G.I. Julie, you agree?
I was surprised, but then I thought also, okay, so someone else is in the mix. Like the Denver Post is in the mix. So of course the art has to be like pretty flawless. They would never publish anything that didn't look like, that looked too experimental, or that or didn't look too much like a quote comic. I find that this is like the most generic sort of art. Is it, Parker? Is it?
sorry.
He too thinks it's pretty generic looking. I mean, I don't hate it when people agree with me. Yeah, I mean, it looks very like Mattel. You know that look? Mattel illustration from like the 70s and 80s.
Not specifically, but
Jose Luis Garcia Lopez.
Oh, Garcia Lopez. Yeah, well, I mean, John Romita Sr. is sort of the counterpart to him. I think he's like to me, the quintessential perfect Marvel artist. He's not as esoteric as Jack Kirby. He's not as dynamic as John Buscema, but I think his art's beautiful.
Did it say who the artist is? I didn't.
He's actually not credited, but if you look it up online, they say it's him. So, and it looks exactly like him. So at the very least, he did the inks. It's possible he didn't do pencils, but at the very least, he did inks because it's unmistakable that it's him.
Yeah, because I feel like I don't know that he would have. If he I don't feel like he did the pencils either, just because
it's possible.
It doesn't. Yeah, at least some of it. It just seems to. You know what? I don't want to say that just in case I'm incorrect. But like the scene where they're again pointing those vibration guns, that scene was so confusing. I don't feel like he would have drawn something like that. You know, had chosen to do it that way.
Right. It was a bit confusing. Right.
Yeah, definitely the artist, whoever the artist or penciler was, has understanding of composition. But I feel like, I think that the penciler and the inker might not be the same person.
That's entirely possible, yeah.
Just because the storytelling is a bit off, like the visual storytelling, I should say, not the actual story itself.
Right.
I mean, the storytelling is wildly off.
Well, yeah.
But that's just fun, anyway.
Yeah. It feels very retro. It feels very retro. It feels like a classic comic. I think that the art definitely matches the tone of the story too. Like it feels like a 60s, 70s comic. I mean, this is really early 80s, so it's, I don't know. This is kind of like when comics are starting to turn, I think, especially for Marvel, where they like wanted to have a little bit more of a serious tone, and it wasn't this like, you know, I'll suck you in the jaw type of story. Yeah, sorry for the oinking.
No problem.
He has strong opinions.
Apparently.
This is his only outlet.
But yeah, I thought it was a fine story. I was surprised at how much I enjoyed it for it being essentially a 25-page advertisement full of like product placements and stuff.
That's which we'll talk about in a minute. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, I enjoyed it too. Bex Luthor, what did you think of the art?
Yeah, no, it's not offensive at all. When I'm looking at it, I was actually like, wow, this advertisement is pretty well done. Marvel probably shell out the good ones for this. They probably got lots of money from this now defunct department store.
Right. This is the
make it
Coca-Cola Bears of comic advertisements.
Exactly. That's not to say that I think it's interesting. Obviously, it's an ad, so it's not like gonna be, wow, look at these groundbreaking panels and interesting storytelling. It's just, it is what it is. I do really like how Dr. Doom is drawn, especially just always either hands on the hips, hands crossed, just disappointed dad mode. That's a good look for Doom. I like how Peter, his ski suit is just Spider-Man colors. I enjoy that.
Good point.
Better change out of my Spider-Man costume into this Spider-Man costume. People will be like, why is Spider-Man skiing? That's weird. Yeah, that's what's weird about all this, Peter. It was okay. It's definitely like interesting that you see this like very lovely retro comic book art, and then every couple pages there's like an actual advertisement for the clothing for the department, and it is definitely not beautifully.
No.
It's very jarring. It's very like, oh, look at this pleasing art. Then you're like, oh my god, what are these monster children? Who's drawing these? Who's drew these parts? I want to know that. And how quick did he get fired? Because, sir,
it's probably just tracing over a photo, right?
Yeah, I would assume that these were like actual ads, and then they, as a joke, maybe drew over them, and then they were like, yeah, it works, and then put it in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was a joke, but I agree with you on every part of that.
Yeah.
My favorite ads are the ones where the Spider-Man and the Hulk's heads are just cut off because they're not relevant to the ad, because you gotta know that these pants are $34.99.
Oh, wait a minute. You're right. On digital page 17, Spidey's head is completely cut off, which is really awkward. And in the next page, Hulk's head is cut off. That's so bizarre.
Again, I think it's because these were actual advertisements, and then they're kids, so they're framed for a kid in the shot. And when you put an adult superhero next to them, of course they're going to be cut out of the frame, right?
So what an odd choice. You think they just make the whole image smaller so they could fit the heads on?
Yeah. That would be smart.
I do like how the one is a kid next to the Hulk, and the Hulk is like maybe a foot taller than him, cut out of the frame. It's like the Hulk is definitely bigger than that.
Good point.
My favorite one is the kids wearing the Snoopy baseball tees, standing in a football field with Hulk in the foreground with a football helmet on.
Oh, that's great.
I didn't even get that.
Touchdown. Yeah, that's digital page 23. I love it.
I was like, oh, that's what sports people wear, right? There's sports going on.
Sports.
The one in 24. Ooh.
Which one's that one?
I'm great at playing with nets.
What in the hell?
Why? It's so, Peter, get away from those girls.
Why are you in the girls' change room? Get out.
And he's not even saying it. He's thinking it.
Good point.
Which is creepier.
Oh, yeah. Wait, what?
Well,
yeah.
He's thinking it because the girl is saying, sweat score style, long sleeve sweats, trademark, by Shigo, ruby top, $24, elastic waist, corduroy pants, $28, both in sizes 7 to 14, sweats, trademark, by Shigo, hooded, fleece jacket with snap pocket front, polyester cotton and teal purple, $26, matching fleece jogging pants with side pockets and elastic bottoms, girls 7 to 14, $22.
Do you know what's really crazy too is that like that's expensive.
Oh my god.
Like if you with inflation, $23 for a pair of sweats today is like you're looking at like the equivalent $80 to $100.
Well, let's do a quick Google. What is $24 US
1981.
1980.
Oh, 82, I'm sorry.
82. Sorry, that 1 year is going to matter.
Yeah.
$24 calculated for inflation. why do I have to watch an ad? This is the bad website. $68 for a pair of children's pants.
Yeah.
Ew.
That's crazy, especially since like you can go to Carter's and get a pair of children's pants for like $5 today.
Yeah.
I work at a place with overpriced like clothing, and ours is not $68 for a pair of pants.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy? And that's American too, so that's like $1,000 Canadian.
$1,000 and 6 maple leaves.
Mm-hmm.
So, do we have anything else to say about this comic book?
I just want to know why are the like they know what speech bubbles are, like whoever's doing these tracings, because sometimes it's like, look, it's the Incredible Hulk. Good thing we're dressed for action in our Pacific Trail jackets, and then the next kid goes $39.99 to $69.99. Like he's just saying the prices, like an advertisement. They know what a speech bubble is.
Thinking about it now, it's probably the advertisement agency that sent these to Marvel. Right. And not anybody at Marvel doing this.
I'll just say that I've worked on, I mean, Josh, you work in animation, but I've worked in at a video company where we actually got subcontracted out like actual ads for like real commercials that went on TV. And if there were spelling mistakes, a certain supervisor of mine insisted that I don't change them, even though I knew they were wrong. I'm like, we should probably change them. No, we're not getting paid to do that. So that's exactly what's happening here is someone probably knew that there was something wrong with these speech bubbles or thought bubbles, but someone else was like, nope, just bang it out, get it done. Job. Exactly. That's what's going on here.
So anyway, the first one with the two girls, and it's like, and she's like, oh wow. The other one's like, oh hi Spidey, look at our new dresses that mom bought us at blah blah blah. And then she just says all of the other information.
Right. Wow.
I just like to think that she is saying that to Spider-Man. He's like, oh, okay.
Not very smooth, yeah.
But that dress, though. Excuse me.
This is what we should go for Halloween as is all is, what is it called? May DNF fashion. There you go, from 1981.
Dude, these girls' dresses are lit, though. Like, you laugh. Some of these clothes are fire. Some of them are not fire. Some of them did not age well. But the Lolita dresses at the beginning, I was like, wow, this store has cute items. And then it's like, check out my Ralph Lauren polo. And I'm like, never mind.
I will have to, sorry.
Oh, I'm done. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, now I know what a gunny sack is.
I still don't know.
The dress.
No. I thought they were Lolita dresses, but I guess it's the 80s, so.
Also, what?
Go ahead.
Oh, I feel like they put, I think Josh is right. They brought, the company, the advertising agency definitely gave them the drawings because they just put facsimiles of the different superheroes in. Like, this is a pose, the pose of, like, Spidey swinging in. It's like, famous, and it's used everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, that's just...
That's actually just a John Romita senior art, just, like, repurposed, times a million.
I do like how the boys in the jackets, one's wearing the gay pride flag and the other is wearing the asexual pride flag. Like, shout out, very progressive in these times. We love to see that.
Okay, but anyway, we still have one more comic to review, so we should probably move on from this.
Talking about clothing advertisements from the 80s?
Hold on. So first, we have to tell our listeners if before you click off of us and click on to Junk Food Jeff's channel, do you recommend this comic, Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk battle Doctor Doom and the Colorado Caperer, Bex Luthor? No, it's an advertisement for a department store selling extremely overpriced clothing, especially at the time.
It's not even open right now.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
No, look, kids' clothing should not be this expensive. It's like people buy their kids Gucci. Why? What's wrong with you? You're the problem.
Okay, so no. Okay, so Gia Jolie.
Maybe. not as a handbook to immigrate to any kind of country.
Good point. Good point. Do not try this at home.
No,
to the United States. Nobody tell anybody though. It's a secret.
Yeah. Nobody tell anybody, especially not the 10 people I just stage whispered to. Like, so 50% of me says no, 50% of me says yes.
Okay, Joshua Mervell, what do you think?
No. No. The only reason I would ever recommend either of these comics is if I were showing somebody how sometimes comic books were just like a complete ad for something totally not related to comic books.
Well, okay, so I would recommend this comic as an example of how even when something is commercially produced, it can still look awesome. And it can still be entertaining, you know?
All right.
Sell out.
Yeah, totally, right here.
Consume ad.
Woo! Okay, so now we're going to move on to Spider-Man and the Incredible Hulk in a special back-to-school edition from Sanger Harris. Now, before we get into the review, G.I. Jolie, did you do any research on Sanger Harris?
Sure did. And
Woo!
wouldn't you know, Sanger Harris is another defunct department store chain.
Ooh, really?
They only lasted very shortly from 1961 to 1987. It was from Dallas, Texas specifically. Like that was the headquarters. So it was localized and it like branched out a little bit, but not very much. Today, in some states where it did branch out, it would be like the successor would be Macy's, which is a name that is still around today.
This is true. Very cool. Very cool. Mm-hmm. Thank you for doing the research.
You're welcome.
All right.
I'm always in research mode.
Awesome. So who's going to review this one, Josh?
Yeah, I'll review this one real quick.
All right.
Apparently, I just want to say I was super curious after this whole us talking about department stores being shut down. I was curious if Zellers has ever made a comic, and apparently in 1992 there's a Batman comic called A Word to the Wise.
I remember that one. I think
Yeah.
I remember that one.
92 was my birth year.
I think I also still have my Old Navy Spider-Man comic as well. The interesting thing about that, I think I might have talked about it on the show, but the interesting thing about my Spider-Man Old Navy comic was that it was a reprint of Amazing Fantasy, of like Spider-Man's first introduction, except for they just plastered Old Navy onto everybody's clothes. No. Like it's so completely out of place. The style doesn't match at all, and all of a sudden it just like Spider-Man, like Peter Parker runs on screen. It's like Old Navy. It's great.
Can we review that one sometime?
I would love to. That one I think is from like early 2000s, probably around the time that the first Spider-Man movie came out.
Very cool.
Or maybe the second one. I'm not sure. Okay, so we start off this one. Instead of Colorado, we're actually in Dallas, Texas. Kingpin is showing Sandman his plan on a projector, doing a little bit of a fun presentation for him. As we see Peter Parker dressed in his Spider-Man costume swinging to the airport to also fly to Dallas to visit his family. He's going there to visit his aunt and uncle and little cousin that I've never heard of before.
Then it don't exist, right?
Right. And as they're driving home, they pull into the mall parking lot and they take note that hey, later on, some other day during your visit, we're going to go here. And then they pull out of the mall parking lot and go home. We catch up with Bruce Banner as he's at this this like factory. It's a
oil rig.
Yeah, it's an oil rig. You're right. I didn't want to say rig because I was thinking ship, like a ship.
Ah,
I guess there probably would still be a rig,
well,
right?
is it an oil field?
Oil field, whatever it is. I
You
don't.
said ship, and I was like, oh, who are we shipping Bruce with?
Oh no.
I need to go. I'm a grown-ass woman.
So, Bruce Banner's here. He's working at this oil plant, and it turns out that Sandman was sent here by the Kingpin to start destroying the plant from underground. So he's able to kind of like sift through in his Sandman form. He pops up and he gets angry, so he punches Bruce Banner in the face for I don't think really any reason, because I guess Bruce Banner looked at him, so that obviously pisses off Bruce, and he turns into the Hulk and he starts destroying things. We cut over to Peter. He's there. He's at the mall with his cousin, and they're talking about how they're gonna go, and then of course, as Hulk has turned, or Banner has turned into Hulk and started destroying things, a newspaper is printed already about how the Hulk has been destroying things. So Peter's like, "Uh-oh, something's going on." Bruce turns back into his human form, and then we cut over to Sandman, where he is dyeing his sand form green to pretend to be the Hulk so he can go and destroy this place more easily and kind of finish off where he left off. Right. He goes back to his apartment, starts counting his money from Kingpin. Kingpin takes a drag from his cigarette on the end of a stick and talks about how it's perfect. He bought all of these shares in a rival gas company, and since he's destroying one, the other one's worth is going to skyrocket because they're going to be so desperate for gas that they're all going to go here. Whatever. Peter's at the mall. He runs off to go buy Aunt May a purse, and there's a bunch of ads. As he's doing this, we see Sandman went out and bought himself a new suit, cowboy boots, and a cowboy hat with all the money that Kingpin just gave him. Peter's spidey senses go off, so he throws a spider tracker on his like shopping bag. Spider-Man later that night starts tracking the tracer, and it leads him back to the plant where Sandman is dyeing himself green again, even though it's the middle of the night, so it doesn't really matter. The guys at the plant start trying to punch Sandman, which they think is the Hulk, and they think they're going to win by punching the Hulk. Like nobody's ever tried that. But it's
just Bruce that punches him, so he knows he's not the Hulk.
Oh, right. It's Bruce. Sorry.
Which is still dumb, but...
Yeah, how is he not turned into the Hulk already if he's angry enough to punch? Anyways, he ends up turning into the Hulk. He starts bashing Sandman. They fight, and like Hulk isn't able to destroy him because he's sand. So Spider-Man thinks of an idea where he's going to trick Sandman into punching him, and he's going to dodge out of the way. And he punches a cement truck, and the cement pours all over him, hardening immediately, defeating Sandman. Hulk walks away in the distance. Spider-Man swings and flies back to the airport, says goodbye to his family. He goes home and gives Aunt May her purse, and Kingpin slams his fist on a desk in anger after being foiled once again.
Foiled again, eh?
Yeah, it was another issue.
So yeah, this one had great art again, but the story was decidedly worse, I could say, right? It's not very good.
I like this one better.
Yeah,
I liked it better.
Really?
On par.
What?
Yeah.
I think Sandman's funny.
Okay, Rex Luthor, tell us why'd you think it was better.
I think Sandman dyeing himself green to pretend to be the Hulk is hilarious. I think that's really clever.
It is hilarious.
I'll just blame it on the Hulk. Screw it. Everyone thinks it's the Hulk already. Like it is
right.
it's all an ad, so it's not going to be good, but I still thought it was pretty funny. And then it's pretty brutal that they just like freeze him in carbonite at the end. Like, Jesus. Like, does Sandman feel pain? I don't understand how Sandman, his like nervous system works sometimes. But it's really brutal that they just haul him away and he's just this pile of cement.
Right.
And then it's like, don't forget, buy all your goods. It's Sanger Harris. So there's a dead man floating. I'm like, is that a threat?
I just think it's hilarious in that vein of the green that he would know to also form the sand into the face of the Hulk. Ridiculous and awesome.
He's a character actor, Sandman is, okay? Also, I'm really pissed off that he didn't buy Aunt May a hat and it's a bag instead. But what do these people know about continuity and hats? But no, I liked it.
I enjoyed it too. I just did not think it was better than the skiing one.
It had better ads. Can we talk about the screaming baby that is scared of the sand monster that's going to eat her?
Which page is that on?
Jesus.
That is after original page 11.
Thank heavens they have hugs and kisses from Jolene. Poor, helpless little babes, all dressed up in their Sunday best, but at every turn, dirt threatens to spoil their precious appearance. It's ridiculous. They look like they're in peril.
This is frightening, yeah. I actually like this art style, but yeah, it's frightening.
You like it?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
It's horrifying.
It's terrifying.
The last ad before they go on to continue the story, where like Sandman is like crushing Bruce. She's holding like a doll that looks like Samara from The Ring.
Yeah. I mean, even the one before that, it's like this boy's arm is busted. His arm is done for.
I want a little Sadako Yamamura doll.
Not to mention Dick Van Dyke in the foreground here.
So these children are. I've finally found the pages you were talking about.
Yeah.
I hate it. Hate it.
The babies screaming?
All of it. Yes, the babies especially. But then, like, if you scroll down to near the bottom, there's just like these dark hands that just say creep attacking these women, and then someone has a freeze ray. But don't worry, because they've got these plush winter coats from Sanger Harris.
Why is everybody in peril? I don't know. Oh.
And these freaking shoes are sick. And also the belts. There's a pizza belt. Where do I get this pizza belt?
There's a cream of mushroom soup belt.
Yeah, excuse me.
And an
armadillo. Is. I want that armadillo belt.
Yeah. And I guess it makes sense, I guess, because they're in Texas. But like,
the cream mushroom soup belt, though.
I love that it's cream of mushroom belt. Yum. Yum.
A feast for the eyes.
They're only
these
$5.
coffee writers. Right? So with inflation, that'd be like $10, but like 200 Canadian dollars.
I'd pay $200 for an armadillo belt. That looks rad as hell. I'd be the rootinest, tootinest dude on the playground.
Yeah, they've all got stretch bands. The buckles are metal.
Did anyone enjoy or do any of the puzzles? This is another. Yeah, this is another thing that I love about this issue is that this one not only had advertisements, but it had puzzles. Does this one have the maze that is shaped like clothes?
The maze was the previous one.
That was the previous one. This one's the connected dots with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I had to figure out who it was. So, like, obviously I did the
Who
dot thing.
is this?
Who could it be?
Also, the Kingpin word puzzle.
I got 5 out of 6 because I'm smart.
Yeah, me too. I didn't get the last one.
Me either.
Me neither. I've never heard of that before.
When it said musical, I was like, like King of Siam. That's what I guessed, and I was like, oh, I'm wrong.
Yeah. But musical
you know what?
relations. Yeah.
You know what? 1980s advertisement for a department store? You're wrong. I'm not wrong.
Yeah, Kingpin's head has never been this big before either. Holy cow.
Yeah. I was about to comment on the size of his cranium too. It's just like it's kind of crazy. Puzzle for sure. Also, did anyone find I know that we're not talking about the comic, but I'm still freaked out by these advertisements. There it was like, okay, cool. A kid's clothing theme. Kids being attacked. Kids and babies being attacked by villains and potentially supernatural threats. But there's also like extraterrestrial themes. Am I wrong?
There's little alien
Where's
guys.
that?
It's like the second ad. There's little alien guys.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that was a bizarre thing to throw in there. You're right.
At the playground, the girls halted. Alien faces everywhere. No need to worry. The trim, slim look of Britannia jeans are in with everyone. So don't worry about those aliens, girls. Your jeans are sick enough.
Hold up.
What?
This ad also says that there's a superhero pinball machine in the department store.
Oh, we gotta go.
Are you kidding me? Why was that a thing when I was a kid? While my parents were shopping. Are you kidding?
That's so
Except
smart.
in the downtown and the Highland Park locations, they didn't have the pinball machine.
Yeah.
I think that they didn't they have some of them had like video game, like they had arcades at the mall, didn't they?
I don't know.
Probably,
I remember playing N64 at McDonald's.
Yeah, or like who was it that we had on the show before? They like they went with their parents. Oh, this was back in like the Pogo days. They went and they played a video game at a convenience store. Not a convenience store. Sorry,
was it Brian Kelly?
Maybe it wasn't Brian. It was in the computer section. It was in a department store, and the department store had a computer, and they played like fucking Oregon Trail or something. Oh, I can't remember.
I don't know.
You know what? When it comes to me, we'll post.
Sometimes some department stores used to have like demo setups of whatever game was out, or like old consoles encased in like clear acetate so that it wouldn't get stolen, but you could still play them.
Yeah.
Or like anytime you spend any sort of amount of time in a hotel lobby and you just see the one computer that's there for business is being used by a small child to play Fortnite. I don't know if that's just a me thing, but that's definitely something that I've come across more than once.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's not really needed now, hey?
Yeah, kids got phones now.
Little iPads and...
So
I will say... Oh.
No, go ahead, Becca. Go ahead.
I was actually going to talk about the comic. I wanted to say, out of all of the stupid reasons to get Peter somewhere that's not New York, making up a fake cousin for him is the worst.
Yeah.
Billy Parker? Who the hell's Billy Parker?
Billy Parker. I gotta know if that ever comes
I'm Googling
in.
it right now. Hold on.
There's no way that this family ever shows up ever again.
Bill Parker.
Billy Parker as a singer.
Oh, good for him. He grows up and gets a good job. Because like the other one was like the Daily Bugle sends Peter Parker to go film this science conference. Cool, totally makes sense. Who the hell are these people? And why is Peter going to visit them? Which aunt and uncle are they? Are they because both of his parents are dead? So is it Aunt May's sister? Is it Uncle Ben's sister or brother? Whose side of the family?
Well, it would have to be from the dad. It would have to be from Ben's side if they've got the Parker name.
I don't think it ever says Parker. It just says Billy. So maybe they're Uncle Aunt May's family. So like, why didn't she come? Who are these people?
Peter Parker's cousin. Let's see.
Mm-hmm. There's a big family tree listed in Wikipedia. The only quote Billy is Wilhelmina Billy Mariana Morales, who is related to Miles Morales.
So
There's no
You think that's who these people are?
So it's possible someone read this and tied it all together, you're saying?
Maybe. I don't think so, though. I
Or
think,
William is a very common name.
yeah. Like, I don't think that, I don't think they took it.
Just kidding.
I don't think they took the name from, quote, department store tie-in continuity.
Mm.
But it'd be interesting if they did.
I do love that they go back to the mall after they were like, we'll come back here later. Just giving you a little heads up. This is the place we'll be at.
No.
And then when they are at the mall, everyone is just so impressed by these prices and the quality. And as somebody who works in retail, I can say that it is not like this at all. Nobody is being yelled at for things wildly out of their control. Everyone is way too happy. And this lady does not look like she wants to end her life, and she's working the counter, so that's just not
Fake.
correct. Fake, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
See, this lady in the green pantsuit and the cowboy hat, she'd be throwing something. These kids would be screaming and climbing on counters, and the woman behind the counter would be crying. That's my experience, so. The 80s was a wild time.
Question.
Sure.
Did May Parker did she marry JJJ?
No. No.
Okay, this is a really weird family tree. I don't know how, because it's like
he is related. I can't remember how he ends up being related to JJ at one point.
Yeah,
who marries his son?
Peter's son?
No, JJJ's son. Somebody marries him. I don't remember who it was.
Junior is married to somebody named Joan? Nope. Marla Madison?
No.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, Marla Madison. She was in some of the comics you read, I think.
Okay, because it says that they're married in this family tree, the Spider-Man family tree that's in
the Spider-Man family tree.
Because I'm just trying to see if it was Uncle Ben that had a brother, but only his only brother was Richard, and who's married to Mary, Peter's parents. But that's it. And May Parker, who is married to Ben, it seems as though the way that they connected May's name on the other side, it seems as though she's married to J. Jonah Jameson Sr.
May Bell Parker. When did she get married? Oh my god.
This could be beyond our understanding.
Mary.
JJ.
Yeah, it looks like John Jonah Jameson Sr. is married to Aunt May. In 2016?
Oh, so it's like a recent storyline.
Oh.
That they got married. Good for them.
Okay.
Oh, it's Jonas Jameson's father who is married to Aunt May.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
So Aunt May married Peter's boss's dad, and now they're related.
Oh, okay. That really takes the edge off for me because I was like, wait a minute, what?
So JJ and Peter are cousins then?
But a joke.
Because JJ is now Aunt May's stepson.
Which would make them brothers.
No. Well, I guess technically, but she still his aunt, right?
Right, yeah. So they would be
so
cousins.
They would be cousins, but
if you consider Aunt May his mom,
yeah,
then they're brothers now.
And this has been quite a tangent.
We're still talking about Spider-Man though, so Mike can't get mad.
Technically, yeah.
That's the rules, right? There's rules to the podcast. And
is there?
Sure.
No rules.
Don't say that, because we will just fucking go right off. And at least we're not ruining an episode where there's like a good plot and it's like a comic Mike's nostalgic about. We're ruining the comic that's an advertisement for a department store.
Yeah, it's not like we have another comic to get to.
No, that's it. Remember, there's only two.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were being sarcastic. Okay.
He just assumes we're always being sarcastic.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah, so this week has been weird. I mean, I don't know if we're done, if we're still going, but we were going to have 3, but
that's it.
Unfortunately, we picked a comic that we already reviewed because it was reprinted in Marvel Team Up like 126 or something. So
Which means
I don't know.
It must have been great.
Well, I read the whole thing, and then I was like, wait a minute, this seems familiar. And then I researched our episodes. I'm like, yeah, we already did the story. But it took me until I got to the last scene to realize it. So yeah, obviously it wasn't great. But so yeah, I guess that's it. What do you guys think? Do we have anything else to say about this one? I thought the art was great. John Romita Sr. again.
Well, yeah, it's not like they're gonna give like people are clearly paying money for these advertisements to Marvel, right? So they're probably gonna put some effort into it. Maybe not in the writing, because the writing was probably very here's what needs to happen. Like exactly. But like the art, it's like, well, we'll have our best boy do it so that nobody can be like, what is this?
Right.
And I think there's a reason why it's Spider-Man and the Hulk and not like
Quasar.
Warlock and Quasar having a jaunt, right? Mm-hmm. Although that'd be great. Warlock and Quasar going shopping at Sanger Harris, buying purses. You know, maybe I would enjoy that way better.
So anyway, I recommend this comic for the same reasons I recommend the other one. It's good fun. It's not a great story, but it's good fun. That's all I got to say about it. Yeah, Julie, do you recommend it?
Oh my god. Okay. I have to recommend it. But then if I recommend this one, I have to recommend the other one. So let's just say 51% of me recommends both of them.
Okay. Josh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, talk more about the comic, Julie.
Oh, no, that's it. I mean, I'm still looking at these advertisements for clothing.
Yeah, they're wild. Yeah, I think I enjoyed this one a little bit more than the other. It's not as like convoluted and like Bruce's Banner feels like maybe he belongs in the story a little bit more. At least he's kind of like trying to help Spider-Man at the end defeat the bad guy. But still, it's another commercial. I would probably only recommend this in the case of talking about how it's specifically an ad. But yeah, at least it was quick.
Lex Luthor.
That's what they always say. I mean, it's funny, but it's still a weird advertisement for a department store. I'm interested to know like the backstory between Marvel and advertisements, history of like what ads that they did for people, how much they got paid for them, why they would like. I mean, I know why, it's money, but like I want to see what else. Like, what other weird comic book advertisements are there? Like, I feel like these are always fun to review, but like maybe like not the issues that you go like bin hopping for, right? Like you're not gonna pull this out of the dollar bins and be like, oh my god. You're gonna be like, oh
wait, no, I would. I gotta point out something about these comics for you listeners out there. The one reason that I sell a lot of my comics, but I don't sell these, and the reason is because these will never ever be reprinted ever, because the rights are owned by Down to Fuck and what's the other one? I don't remember. Whatever they're called, Macy's. So yeah, you can never ever get these comics. So I recommend have them keep them.
Right.
There you go. So yeah.
That caught me off guard. I was so confused for a second.
It was a callback.
But
I get it. Comedy.
It all ties together. Okay, so join us next week. We're going to be reviewing Web of Spider-Man with number 25. Beware the Stalker from the Stars. That's a weird one. Ooh. Trust me. It's a fill-in issue by Larry Lieber again. We all love him. Amazing Spider-Man.
I don't think I do.
Part 4, featuring Daredevil. That should be fun.
Ooh.
And Spectacular Spider-Man 125, featuring the all-new Spider-Woman. That'll be awesome. So yeah.
Exciting.
Josh, you can take it from here.
Yeah, we want to thank you guys so much for listening to the podcast. It really helps when you leave us a review over on Apple Podcasts, or you can drop us a line on Twitter at HCTSpidercast. Please let us know what you guys think about the comics we're talking about and the episodes of the podcast themselves. We definitely want to keep that comics conversation going.
So until next Monday, see you later.